Snow leopard mother Dawa had just succeeded in hunting. Before she had time to enjoy the feast with her cubs, her attention was drawn by a low roar. The sound came from a snow leopard squad consisting of a female leader and 3 males. After careful observation, Dawa suddenly realized that the female leader was the invader she had expelled weeks ago. Now the invader had returned with 3 adult offspring. For her, this was undoubtedly a disaster. Dawa quickly thought about countermeasures, but looking around, besides the 2 cubs that needed protection, nothing could provide her with help. Faced with the invader's step-by-step approach to preserve her cubs, Dawa had to evacuate. But she didn't want to easily give up the hard-won food either. Her children were still starving. But facing the disparate situation of 1 against 4, she had almost no chance of winning. Dawa fell into a dilemma, but when she caught the provocative gaze shot directly at her, anger suddenly rose in her heart. She lowered her body and slowly moved forward, trying to reclaim the food that belonged to her. But at this time, the 3 male snow leopards came closer. Dawa knew she had lost the chance to contend with them. She had to abandon this meal and prepare to reunite with her children. But the others weren't satisfied with just seizing food. They began to drive Dawa away, demonstrating that they would occupy her territory. With no advantage, Dawa could only take her cubs and be forced to leave this homeland on which they depended for survival. Several weeks later, the Qinghai Tibet Plateau fell into a belated harsh winter. Temperatures gradually dropped, and food became increasingly scarce. Dawa had to compete for extremely limited resources with members of her own species who were stronger than her. But the first thing she had to do was quickly familiarize herself with the terrain. She left her scent in various places to establish dominance over this land. At this time, the owner here, an adult male snow leopard, discovered her. Although Dawa didn't belong here, for survival, she was determined to fight. But the opponent was too strong. Dawa could only retreat to her cub's side. She hadn't successfully hunted for about a week. If this continued, not only would the cubs not survive, but she herself might be crushed by hunger. She had to find food as soon as possible to break free from the current predicament. 2 days later, the wind and snow suddenly intensified. Hunting opportunities became even slimmer. Fortunately, the arrival of a flock of Barl sheep brought a glimmer of hope to Dawa in her predicament. They chose to rest here temporarily, which also happened to enter Dawa's attack range. Ambush was Dawa's forte. She used the cover of the environment to slowly approach the flock. Dawa locked onto her target. After seeing the right moment, she launched her attack. However, just as success was imminent, an accident occurred. Snow covered sharp rocks. Dawa unfortunately cut her paw while running at high speed. The already struggling family was now even worse off.